Friends, welcome to Holy Trinity Catholic Church, where we believe, belong, and become. As you go, as you receive, as you give. As you go, as you receive, as you give. In psychology, there's an acronym called HALT, HALT. It refers to we are hungry, angry, lonely, and tired. Hungry, angry, lonely, tired. These are the fundamental human feelings that we sometimes do not adequately express. But deep within, we are hungry, angry, feel lonely, and tired. The gospel says for this Sunday, at the sight of the crowds, the heart of Jesus was moved to compassion because he saw them hungry for something deeper. Winston Churchill said, "We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give." The gospel concludes with, "Freely you have received, freely you are to give." What is that we have received freely and we give out freely? Reconciliation. Up until this point in Matthew's gospel, Jesus himself was the focus of ministry, of teaching, healing, and preaching. And with today's commission, calling the disciples, naming them as the apostles by name, he sends them out as the heralds of the gospel, as the heralds of the good news and the proclamation. Jesus sends them out in 6 pairs. Julius Caesar famously said, "Veni, vidi, vici." I came, I saw, I conquered. The disciples of Jesus, now the apostles, are sent out to go, to see, and to conquer the world with what? With reconciliation. By healing, teaching, preaching, curing, everything combined together, the proclamation, the kerygma. The movement now goes beyond Jesus. Later in the diversity of the church, we call it the universal church. The two groups, the two parts of the gospel are the sheep without a shepherd and the list of the 12 apostles sent out as the shepherds. These two groups are joined by the healing mission of the church for the infirmity. Up until now, Matthew presented 10 miracles of Jesus. Now the disciples go as the apostles to make the miracle of God happen in humanity. Now becomes the apostles into the world with the kerygma of preaching, healing, and giving reconciliation, because they learned from Jesus, the preacher, the healer, and the shepherd, to carry out his mission. The 12 apostles represent the entire humanity as they are sent out to restore the lost house of Israel for a deeper Christian consciousness, to promote and to build deeper Christ consciousness, the mission of Christ and the church. Jesus tells them, "You received freely, give out freely. The talents, without charge, you received. Without any charge, give out." What is that we give out? Reconciliation. This is at the core of every priestly vocation and at the very foundation of every baptized Christian. In doing so, we become God's own possession, as the second reading concludes, as the first reading concludes. God's own possession, a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. This happens through a deeper process of reconciliation. This is the mandate that Christ gives for us. As you go, as you receive, as you give freely, reconciliation of God through Christ. The first reading says, our identity as kingdom of priests, a holy nation, is built when we give out freely reconciliation to the lost sheep of Israel, to everyone suffering the ruptured relationship. We give out reconciliation. Then we become, as the psalm says, we are his people, the sheep of his flock, one shepherd, one flock. Because second reading says, Christ loved us while we are still in sin. And he brings us this reconciliation freely given. Receiving this reconciliation freely, we give out freely by healing, by preaching, and by teaching. This is the kerygma. This is the proclamation. This is bringing God's kingdom right here amidst us. Are we willing to receive this reconciliation freely and give it out freely? As you go, as you receive, as you give. Father Praveen Lakiseti here at Holy Trinity Catholic Church in San Antonio, Texas. Thank you and God bless.